Hey guys, what's going on? Whether you are new to this Sims family or maybe you've been around a while, I wanted to pop in and give a recap of what has happened in the first 12 episodes. Because let's be honest, it's been a while since I've posted this series and I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. This is the current state of our family, but I want to rewind a little bit and show you how we got here. I want to introduce you to Lola, her husband Oliver, his dad Bruce, and his wife Christy. We kicked off this series by trying to build some relationships within the family. We then decided to venture out into San Sequoia and go to the library to see if we could find some friends. And poor Lola, nobody wanted to talk to her. Everybody kept just walking away. We did meet an elder who did talk to us for a little while until she too decided she didn't want to talk to us. So we started talking to Lily Fang, which took a turn very quickly and ended with her yelling at us for something. I don't even know. So we moved on to the next person that we were going to try to talk to, and what do you know? They also walked away from us. Surprise, surprise. However, we did finally meet somebody that we actually connected with and actually started making a friendship with. So much so that she even invited us out to our very first celebrity sighting. And while we were sleeping, Bernice decided that she wanted to be best friends. That night, we went into labor. So we made our way over to the hospital and gave birth to our baby girl that we named Isabel. We went home and enjoyed some of the baby stage. Then our neighbors, Janae and her husband Marcel, came over and we actually became pretty good friends with them as well. That night, we invited Oliver's parents over for dinner so that they could meet their granddaughter. Lola started making some vegetable dumplings for everybody, and then out of nowhere, both Christy and Bruce decided that they were just gonna leave before dinner was even done. So, of course, that hurt Lola's feelings because she just cooked for them and they left. While Lola was sleeping, Janae came over and asked her to be her best friend. And then Isabel aged up into our first ever infant. She's absolutely adorable, and we took her into Cass and gave her a little infant makeover. It was time to do infant activities, so Lola decided to take Isabel outside at 4 o'clock in the morning to start doing some tummy time. At least Oliver had the sense to do tummy time inside on the playmat. Then we got a call from a random lady saying that she could help us with our baby, so we said sure, and next thing we knew, she showed up at our door with a suitcase. We introduced Isabel to the stranger who was going to start helping us out, and it was actually a really cute interaction. Then we worked on some milestones like bathing and lifting her head and cooing, things like that. For the second time, Lola thought it was a great idea to take Isabel outside for tummy time, and this time it was raining. We continued to work on progressing Isabel's milestones. She learned to roll over and laugh. Both Oliver and Lola had the want to have a child, so they gave it a go. However, Lola was not pregnant. So they tried again, but this time we didn't do a pregnancy test. We invited Oliver's parents over for a dinner party again, and this time we're hoping that they actually stay. So far, so good. Everybody is just standing around talking while Lola makes dinner. Once dinner is done, Lola grabs herself a plate and sits down while everybody else stands in the kitchen and eats their dinner in the kitchen, leaving Lola to sit by herself. We let Isabel try food for the very first time and she loved it. Lola then found out that she is indeed eating for two. Lola's best friend Bernice came over and they were just chatting away when Oliver popped up with the jealous personality trait. Turns out some romance happened between Lola and Bernice. This caused some tension in the household, especially because they are expecting their second child. Oliver woke up in a very bad mood that next morning, but then he decided to come over to Lola and flirt with her, and he had a want to take Lola on a date, so that is exactly what they did. It seemed to be going well, and then Oliver started yelling at Lola, so they ended the date there. Despite the tension in the household, it was time for the baby shower to start. We had friends and family over as they talked about the baby's future and swapped baby milestone stories. Seeing that everybody was already at the house, we took advantage of that and went ahead and celebrated Isabel's birthday. She aged up to a toddler and we gave her a little makeover. Isabel spent some quality time with her dad, Oliver, and then she showed us that apparently she is quite the wild child. Soon enough, Lola was in labor again. So we moseyed on over to the hospital and gave birth to our second daughter that we named Xena. Almost immediately after giving birth, Oliver wanted to try for another baby. But instead, today we were going to make it a family day and go to the water park. On our way to the water park, Bernice asked us on a date and we said no, we're trying to work it out with our husband. We had a really awesome family day on Love Day playing at the water park. I mean, just look at how much fun Isabel was having. While we were out and about, we got a notification that it was Xena's birthday. When we got home, Bernice was standing outside of our house, like a creep. But it was time to age Xena up into an infant, so we gave her a little makeover and I decided on the super cute chicken suit. It was time to make some progress on Xena's milestones, and what do you know, they put her outside in the dark to do tummy time. The next day, Lola had the want to have a child, which means they both want one, so try for a baby they did. Lola went ahead and took a pregnancy test and found out that she is eating for two again. In part 6, Isabel is proving herself to be a little troublemaker as she plays in the toilet again. We also spend some time just hanging out with the kiddos. Lola and Oliver renovated a room in their house for his parents so that they can stay over. Bruce and Christy arrived at the house, so this was the perfect opportunity for Lola to work on her relationship with Oliver's parents. Oliver's parents also got to spend some quality time with their granddaughters. Here we are finally spending some time together as a full family, and both Bruce and Christy decide to die at the same time in front of the child. This was an absolute nightmare, so Oliver tried to bring them back, but he failed miserably. So we were left with the urns of both grandparents in our nursery. After that scarring tragedy, Oliver and Lola decided to get a breath of fresh air and take a walk in the park. That night, Lola went into labor once again. Somehow I lost the footage for part 7, so I'm sorry I don't have anything to show you for this part, but I will link the entire Growing Together playlist in the description box below so you can watch the full series in all its glory and prepare for the videos that are coming next, since I am reviving the series. In the last part, all of our girls aged up. Isabel became a child. Xena aged up into a toddler, and we gave birth to Eva. Lola decided that she wanted to have another child, and maybe you can guess by now, but Lola is taking Eva outside to work on her milestones. Oliver actually painted his first masterpiece, and with that money, we bought Isabel a bike. We also signed Isabel up for Scouts, and we bought a tree house too, so that the kids can work on it with Oliver. Isabel attempted to learn how to ride a bike for the first time ever, and Lola took her to the park so she could make some friends. Hi, Nani. Okay, just pausing on the screenshot for a second because look at how excited Isabel is, and Nani is just like, who is this girl? Soon enough, there were a bunch of kids at the park and they were all chatting it up and having an awesome time. This part started off with a bang. Both Oliver and Lola both want a child. So we didn't waste any time and just let them go ahead and try for a baby. Now that Isabel has some friends, we decided to plan a sleepover. We went ahead and threw a couple of sleeping bags outside for the kids. A whole group of kids showed up and they all ate dinner together and did some slumber party activities. Then it was time for them to all sleep outside. Totally fine. Eva blew out her candles to celebrate turning into a toddler, and she received a little makeover. Then Bernice showed up to our house, and Oliver went out there and yelled at her, telling her never to come back. Isabel had a want to become friends with a girl named Orion, so we went ahead and had another slumber party to fulfill that want. Lola took a pregnancy test and found out that she is eating for two, and Oliver helped Xena age up into a child, but Xena took a 5-mile walk outside before she aged up. And here she is as a child, looking cute. In part 10, we made a different kind of addition to the family and decided to adopt a cat. We introduced ourselves and then decided to adopt him and change his name from Piccolo to Waffle. Isabel was getting a lot better at riding her bike, and Xena had a loose tooth, so she wiggled and wiggled that thing. Waffle was already being mischievous, and Xena lost her tooth. Bernice showed up to our house again, and Oliver worked on finishing the treehouse. Then Bernice showed up again. This is a problem now. Isabel got to play in the treehouse with her friend, and we almost didn't realize that it was Oliver's birthday. But before we could celebrate, Lola went into labor. So to the hospital we went, we gave birth and named him Logan, and thus we had our first boy. We celebrated Oliver's birthday at the cafe, with Bernice creepily standing in the background, even though she wasn't invited to the party. Oliver completed the first year of his aspiration. Logan aged up into an infant, and he received a little makeover. Waffle actually aged up into a full-grown adult cat. And he is looking quite dapper, if I do say so myself. Waffle got himself into some trouble. I mean, like, a lot of trouble, really. We spent time with Logan and worked on his milestones. We went to the park to celebrate Eva's birthday, and somebody, I think it was Janae, stole a slice of cake before Eva could blow out her candles. But that didn't stop us from celebrating Eva's birthday. Eva aged up into a child. And of course, we gave her a makeover. Oliver decided he wanted another child. However, Lola does not. When the girls got home from school, we scheduled a birthday party for Isabel and invited some of her friends and neighbors. During her party, we had her blow out her candles and she aged up to a teenager. Of course, we gave her a makeover, and just like that, we have our first teenager. And the poor girl instantly hit puberty and was not having a good time. Oh! Goodness gracious, she just slammed that door. She is in a bad mood. We went to Isabel's first day of high school where she did some T-posing and played chess. That night, she received a phone call to sneak out to a slumber party. So in the wee hours of the night, Isabel woke up and snuck out to go to the slumber party, just barely missing getting caught by her dad. Turns out, she actually skipped school the next day and continued to stay at the slumber party. Meanwhile, Lola and Oliver celebrated Logan's birthday. He is now a toddler and received a makeover. Isabel finally decided to show up at home, and so Lola gave her a piece of her mind and gave her a nice lecture for skipping school and sneaking out. We took a family trip to the beach, and it was raining, but we were going to try to make the best out of it anyway. Isabel wanted to become friends with Orion, so we invited her out to the beach. They chatted and built sandcastles, and then boom, their relationship was doing awesome. Orion asked Isabel to prom as friends, to which we said yes. Xena did some swimming in the rain. Then a storm hit, and Eva and everybody else was freaking out, so I sent everyone home. And when we got home, Orion asked to be best friends with Isabel, to which we said yes again. And already it was time for prom. Isabel hung out with Orion and ate some good food. Waffle, our cat, called to warn Isabel about curfew. Isabel ignored him and went to the after party, which definitely started off on the wrong foot. No, you're gonna pee yourself? Are you gonna pee yourself? Oh no. Oh no, she peed herself in front of everybody. Isabel was already mortified, so she decided to shoot her shot with D'Angelo, and he rejected her. She couldn't catch a break. So Isabel decided to go home, and there waiting for her was Lola. Lola yelled at her for breaking the rules again. As the icing on the cake, Isabel passed out. Aside from all of Isabel's drama, Oliver spent some time with Logan. Xena and Eva got to play on the pirate ship together, and they had so much fun that they actually became best friends. And that concludes the recap of the first 12 episodes of the Milestone family and their story here on my channel. I will be reviving this series, which I'm very excited to do. I hope you're excited too. And if you are, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!